All right, so now we're talking about our three pack. All right,
Yeah.
so we're going to be, and I'm going to talk about. We have an upcoming class this Thursday here, really kind of walking you through my after the close program, specifically what we do, our 23 touch system, and so forth. But part of it is offering people something of value. We are all posting on social media. A good number of us are sending things to our clients, whether it's regularly or sporadically or whatever the case is. But the question is, Tom, is what you're sending, is it something that the person on the receiving end would perceive as a valuable? And so I have a rule of thumb. When I post, if I'm going to text my client something or whatever the case is, I always ask two questions. One, are they really going to care about this, or is it just noise? Because if I'm just sending noise, then they're going to pay less and less attention to future things that I send. And then the second thing is what I care. Is it something that I would be interested in if I were in their shoes? So I try to be a little bit. I try to be strategic as I can when sending things out, because if somebody's going to open something, okay, I want to take advantage of that opportunity, and I want to have the opportunity in the future for them to open it as well. So I'm going to talk about offering things of value after you hand your buyers the keys. So again, so would you care? So we have on our team, we have adopted the saying is do what's hard. And that's really going to be a whole different three pack. But talk about doing what's hard is, for us as agents, we tend to do what everybody else is doing. And therefore, everybody else is doing it, and people aren't paying attention. And that really could equate to, door knocking and calling FISBOs. Those are the hard things. And if you really want to be successful, do the things that other agents aren't doing. But
Yeah.
in this respect, I want to talk about in terms of minimize doing what every other agent is doing when you're sending stuff. So again, ask the question, would I care? So when you're starting to make your plan, and when you're starting to disseminate information to your sphere of influence, your client base or whatever, you really want to sit down and be as creative as possible. Just because your title company sends you something doesn't necessarily
Good point.
mean that people are going to necessarily care about it. And not to say that the stuff that our title companies are sending us are
No.
bad,
Yeah.
but just not everything is something that I would
Purposeful.
post and or might be specific to my client base.
Yeah, and I think that's perfect because again, you know me, I love disc. I love making sure people are getting things that they're going to open, that they're going to find valuable. And when you're new, you kind of have an opportunity. I mean, even if your client knows you're kind of new in the business, or knows you've been in the business for a year or two, or 20, the thing is that pick up the phone and have some. It might even be a reason to start off having those prospecting questions. Call the people on the phone, get to know them a little bit, and say, I'm thinking of adding some things to and sending it out directly to my customers. What kind of things would you like to get?
Yeah.
And see what the majority is.
And Nick, we do the same thing on our end as we send stuff to agents, and we're trying to bring agents into the West USA family. I mean, you just can't send stuff for the sake of sending stuff.
Correct. Again, it's we talk about all the time. Be intentional. I mean, as Todd mentioned, if you're new to real estate, what you're going to be posting is going to be different if someone has been in real estate for a long time. So you don't have to post the same thing all the time. It will change with your demographic of clients. And that's the thing that you need to focus on. If you're a luxury realtor, you're going to post different things. So looking what other people are posting is important, but you shouldn't copy it. You should let it focus on your business.
Yeah, the problem with doing my PowerPoint slides on Sundays is I don't know what's next. So
well, I also like that it's offering things of value after the close.
That means Easter is going to be fun this year. Huh?
Easter's Master's Day too. That's going to be a problem.
Ooh. Easter's my birthday. I'm getting jacked. I'm getting messed up. That's just not right. So now I got to make a choice.
Well, I saw you have to be more like Brock. Then you have to be more like Brock. He made a choice and publicly announced
it's his wife's birthday too.
Yeah.
Brock, we don't do what Brock does, Todd.
No.
Yeah, and Brock, we do have healthcare options here
Brock
at West USA. All right, address what's on people's minds. Okay, this is something is for me, I'm constantly, it's part of the benefit of Todd sitting with you every Monday and going through the stats and sitting down with Matt and going through rates, of just understanding what's out there, and just really, because I have so many real estate conversations and I do a lot of research, when I'm going to start sending stuff out, and I'm developing my messaging, it's I have to know what's on people's minds. I try to, we're kind of a run to the fire as opposed to running away from the fire. So if I'm doing a buyer consult or a listing consult, it's I'm bringing up the objections.
Of
I'm
course.
bringing up the issues that are on their minds before it even before the conversation even comes up. But right now, what's on people's minds are rates, recession, inventory. Are we headed to a market crash? And I'm having more and more people over the last 3 months ask me about water.
Yeah.
So that's part of knowing what's on their minds, is part of my messaging campaign and stuff that I'm getting out there. So then my job is to find supporting articles, videos, blogs, etc., to send to them, as far as the information that goes out to them. Because if this is what's on their minds, and if these are the things that are on my mind, I think you're going to have a better. I'll tell you what's not on my mind is what's going on in my community this weekend.
Yeah,
I,
not
I
right
don't
now.
need that
Yeah.
flyer that's got 50 events that I got to blow up and take a magnifying glass just to read them.
Right.
What's on my mind is how's my investment in real estate doing, and create, find these articles, videos, and so forth, and create your own video updates. Ryan and
There
I,
you
we
go.
have a I'll just call them a fan base. um, we're very involved over there at Luke Air Force Base, and so every month we put together a video of what's going on in the market, because these guys and gals they're very, very smart, and they want to know what's going on in the market, and we have such a great response.
Yeah. So in this one, I think the biggest thing, because actually this is what's on people's minds, and that's even with ownership of their homes. It's it can go in a lot of personal hobbies and interests if you know enough about your people to be able to go down those roads. But the big thing that I was trying to talk about here was be careful with the articles that you forward to people, or the links. And here's why. I've had instances where I see this great article headline and I grab it and I read, oh, I'm so important. I'll do this after, and I put it there. And then I go back and carve out time out of my day to read that article. And the article ends up not being either about that topic because they know that's a hot topic, what people want, or it's steering people in the wrong direction. Now, that could be it's okay because it's a national number. So in my reply, I provide them, okay, although this article mentions national numbers, here's the local numbers. And so in essence, maybe they need to know both to realize how
Yeah.
good Arizona really is.
Yeah, that's a great point. That should be a bullet point. If you are going to send something out,
Read it first.
read it,
Yeah.
and watch it.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is if you're going to send something out that has links, check where those links
Yeah.
go,
That's a
because
really good
you
point.
could be sending a great article out, and next thing you know, your client clicks the link and they are on a different agent's website or a different broker's website, and then you kind of shot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, I would definitely make sure that you are utilizing trusted resources when you send them to your clients. But to Todd's point, the media is sensationalizing these topics right here that are on the screen. You, as the neighborhood expert, should be touching on them and then explaining why it isn't this or it is that, and you can become that person people look to for actually good information and not the sensationalization we're seeing every single day online.
Yeah, so a great example, and I am going to be kind. And so if you want to email me at mikew@westusa, an example, we got our hands on a video the other day from one of our preferred lender partners, and it's a 45-minute video. It's a long one. And I watched all 45 minutes because I needed to determine whether this is something I'm going to send out. It was one of the most brilliant videos of just understanding what's going on in the market, predictions, and where we're headed as far as rates and home values and things like that. And so I spent the other day just taking it and sending to a lot of people in my sphere of influence in my database. just sending out a text message with the link to the video saying, hey, this is a long one, but just understand now you'll know why I'm telling you the things that I've been telling you about the market, and the response I've been getting from people have just been amazing for the people that take that time. So if you'd like to get a copy or you'd like to get that link, all you got to do is email me at mikew@westusa.com and I'll get that link. So actual things of value. So these are some of the things that, and we're going to talk about a class we're doing this Thursday, but these are some of the things that I do. I'm a huge fan. Dale Stauffer still has not taken me to lunch for all the time, Nick, that I pitch.
Because nobody's ever bought a site from him and said, hey, Mike sent me.
Well, I need an affiliate link.
There we go.
Okay, so neighborhood reports, things of value. If I hand you the keys to your house, I want to keep you updated in what's going on in your neighborhood. I am not a fan of HomeBot, and I will tell you why. Number one, there is no automated system that is going to tell you how much your house is worth. That is good old-fashioned opening up the MLS and running comps. The second thing that I don't like about HomeBot is if my clients are clicking the HomeBot link, they're not on my website.
Correct.
So when I create what we call our neighborhood reports inside our I Found Agent website, it's similar to just setting up a search in the MLS for a potential buyer. But this now is just going to give them monthly updates on all activity in their neighborhood. It's going to email them every day if there's a new listing or a new closing, and I can tell you because I track it, and I get those emails every time somebody clicks that link, and it's something of value. People want to see the pictures. They want to know what's going on in their neighborhood. I also opportunities. If there's a great deal out there, or if you got a brand new listing or you find an off-market opportunity, this is something that needs to go out because they might be moving, they might be wanting to invest, they might have a neighbor, and people like exclusive opportunities. So send opportunities. And then we've already talked about send market updates. What is going on in the market? Find those things that are going to address the objections that people have and what's on their minds. And then one of the things that we do as we do portfolio updates, I know there's a lot of agents. I'll ask agents, okay, so what do you do after 12 months? Well, I call my clients and say, happy home anniversary. Well, whoop-de-flippity-doo. That's not going to get you anything.
Yeah.
So they want to know how much money they've made on their home. So we actually sit down with our clients every 6 months and do a real estate portfolio review. You bought your home here. This is how much you spent on it. This is what it's worth today. Congratulations. I helped you make X amount of dollars. And if we were going to put this on the market today, this is what it would be worth. And if we were going to rent it today, this is what it would rent for.
That's fantastic. Portfolio. Okay. Why don't realtors since 1994, when the NAR Home Sellers and Home Buyers Report, I believe, first surfaced, which went out and asked 68,000 home buyers, and sellers if they could find them, but the buyers, about their purchase experience, or what they went through, and overnight today. Now, back in the 80s, I think it was just over 80%, but today it's 90 in the upper 90 percentile of clients that would use their realtor again in a future purchase. However, that same report also asks, did you use your realtor in your current purchase? And the answer was no. So, Mike, to your point, to Dale Stauffer's website point, to everybody's point, what you've got to do is start talking to people about the value of their home, because when they see their personal values of the home they reside in increase, then they're more likely to want to have you help them find an investment property.
Yeah, and it's staying in touch with them, and it's staying in touch with them, offering them something of value. Getting a happy 1-year anniversary home anniversary card for you, nice, great,
fuzzy.
But that doesn't help. That doesn't help anyone. That's not anything of value. Understanding how I've made money on my home, or maybe I lost money, but then having that discussion of why your house value went down or whatever the case is, it's just something of value.
But part of your 23 touches, Mike, are also top of mind things, right? Not just
Yeah, and so exactly. So we're gonna do that. So we have a free event. This is coming up this Thursday from 10 to 11:30 here at the North Phoenix office. So there's the website mindshiftevents.com if you want to register for it. And we are just going to take you through our entire follow-up system that is going to ensure that you stay top of mind. Your buyer is going to use you again, and more importantly, how do you get them to send you referrals? So we'd love to see everybody there this Thursday, but please sign up for it. All right.